Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello, my name is Bash Harry and this is the Harry Knit. We do a lot about knitting and crafts and all that good stuff, so please subscribe if you are interested. We're doing something that was, surprisingly enough, my last video last year since I came back maybe a few weeks ago, and I was talking about my fall knitting plans. If I actually had fall. Suffice to say, I did not do any of the patterns that I really wanted to do, simply because I was in a bad knitting slump. Like, I was working on one piece for about a year. I'm coming back onto YouTube because I really want to start knitting again, because it is a really great hobby, and I've been missing the community that I've loved so much. And so I just kind of wanted to make this knitting video, a fall knitting plans video. I have my laptop, it's here, and I want to share with you guys some patterns that I've been having my eye on for the past few days. My knitting philosophy now has been different since last year. Last year I was looking at intricate designs, not really intricate, I was looking at bulkier designs. I was thinking of something that was very thick and easy to make, very quick. But nowadays I've been more focused on slow knitting and intricacies. I'm practicing and doing my own lace pattern because I want to design a vest that has a lot of lace and cables and all that good stuff. So I've been focusing a lot more on more intricate designs, even if it is slower than I anticipated. Because I used to say I was a fast knitter, but now I really don't knit as much. I'm slowly getting back into it. Like, the slump is going away, but I am still in the midst of the slump. So I'm still just trying to be okay with the level of knits I can make in a year. And obviously, I'm sharing my knitting plans for the fall, pretending and being very delulu about fall in Brunei, considering I live in Southeast Asia and we just do not have fall period. Like, the most we have is really cold rain. So this is just things I would wear on a cold, rainy day or a very cold, air-conditioned room. So those are my plans. Lately, I haven't really been eyeing sweaters, not as much as I used to. I used to love looking at sweaters, but nowadays I'm more of a t-shirt sort of gal, like this one. I got thrifted for like $40. Very expensive, but it's a cute t-shirt. And yeah, I've been making a lot more designs for the fall, like my bandar beanie. I'll talk about it more in a podcast, probably later on, but that beanie is currently being test knitted. And I want to get more inspired by designs. How can I make it my way? How can I transform it? How can I put my spin into things? So this video is for my own knitting plans because I still want to knit stuff by other designers, but I also want to take into account what I love about the pieces and what I would incorporate in my own wardrobe. Because I know a lot of knitting tends to steer towards neutrals or muted colors, and I'm not really in the mood for that anymore. I really like fun colors. I want something that is fun and eclectic to look at because that's where my personal style is heading. Like girlhood explored. I think that was what the idea was when I was renovating this bedroom as well. But anyway, if you do have any suggestions for patterns or what you're planning on making, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. I want to get more inspired. I want to look at pretty knits and how I can make them as well. So without further ado, let's get started. I've got 5 pieces that I want to share. Some of them are very much for the fall or the colder variant, and others is just what I would love to see myself making, not necessarily for the fall, but it could be a really great layering piece for you. So the first one here that I have is the String of Hearts jumper by Branda Lamb. I've made her cardigan, her really big cardigan inspired by Hope Macaulay, because I really liked her designs, but I did not want to use roving for the cardigan itself. But I used it as a base when I was making the Hope Macaulay inspired cardigan. And Branda Lamb uses really chunky, bulky wool most of the time. So it's very easy for beginners. It is quick and it's simple to make. String of Hearts jumper is really pretty because I am looking at the color work and I think it's so beautiful. I'm a sucker for color work. I do love designs that you can make with these little, very subtle but intricate patterns, and I'd say hers is really, really pretty. This is in 6 sizes, and it's supposed to be oversized and cropped. I do like my cropped sweaters, but now my tummy does not agree with that anymore. Ha ha ha, those were the days. She uses Wool in the Gang Crazy Sexy Wool, or We Are Knitters the wool. That's a really super bulky yarn, to be honest. And the most heaviest yarn I've ever knitted up with was probably Drop Snow held double for 15 millimeters. It was a thick boy. It was a thick boy. But I think this one is super pretty. I'm looking a lot more into stripes, and this is like one of the 2 stripe, maybe 3 stripe patterns that I'm seeing right now. It's still very modern because of the hearts, the little color work, and the crop and the puff sleeves, but it still looks like your grandfather's sweater, only modified, which I really like. Yeah, she just released it this month, and I've been looking at her patterns a little bit. She has like icing on the cake jumper, which is also in Tarja, and it looks so cute. I just love her patterns because they look so much fun and adorable to make. But I understand why her patterns are sometimes not for everyone because it's so bulky. It's very, I want to say on trend, and this is not an insult. I love things that are on trend, me being my 26-year-old self who still considers herself Gen Z on occasions. But I like designs like this that really push the boundaries of what modern knitting can be and will be, but that's just my opinion. I just love how fun they look, honestly. Okay, the next pattern that we have here, it's technically a summer knit, but I'm gonna put it in my fall knitting plans anyway, because I live in perpetual summer. We gotta do what we gotta do. This is the Summernus pullover by Elsbeth Judith. This is a pretty popular pattern that has like 760 projects already, and this can be a t-shirt or it can be a sweater. You can make it long sleeve or short sleeve. And the reason why I chose this sweater is, yes, it is with cotton linen, with wool, and it just depends on what they're looking for and for the type of weather that they have. So she here, Elspeth, uses, I cannot pronounce that. She uses cotton for one and lace for another. But Dropspell has been used, and I like Dropspell. Dropspell is good. And Hobby Rainbow Bamboo, which I also have. And quite a few more here as well. The reason why I like this pattern so much, honestly, is because of the details. I am itching for a pattern with details and really intricate details as well. When I think about patterns and what I'm reaching for, obviously it varies depending on what I'm doing. And I haven't really been in the knitting community. I don't really know what the trends are right now because I'm still like slowly integrating myself back, very poorly I might add, but I know what I like. And lately I've been really into lace and intarsia, color work. I want something fun and something that I can maybe have a bit more focus on. Because sometimes when you're doing a plain stockinette for hours and hours on end, it can really get tiring and you just want to switch your brain into something a bit more challenging for yourself. And I think this top is like the perfect amount of challenge for me. Like you can see here, there's eyelets, there's a bit of ribbing, there's a bit of, I want to say cables, but I'm not entirely sure. It just looks really, really nice. It's similar, I don't want to say it's similar, but it feels like the lace or detailed version of what's the one that I made? It was like a more textured eyelet version of the Hello From My Colors crop by Jessie May Designs, and I love that top. I made it in 2021 and I still wear it to this day and get a lot of compliments from it because of the color scheme and how many patterns. It looks intricate, but making it wasn't so bad. So this is very similar to how I'm feeling with the Summernus. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. You know, I get it. Sometimes I don't want to say I get offended, but sometimes I smile whenever somebody mispronounces a Malay word, but then I'm also really bad at Malay, so it doesn't really matter. So when I'm pronouncing different words from different languages, I kind of have to stop myself and think, okay, how do you properly pronounce this? It's very fun. I love language, and I love when designers put in their own mother tongue into their designs. I think it's really fun. I'm trying to do that with my own patterns, with the bandar beanie and the Awan vest and the siti scrunchie. It's a theme that I want to continue. This is just a little tangent. I just enjoy it. It just puts a little piece of where you're from into your knits and whatever people are making across the world. I'm going on a tangent, I'm sorry. This is about my fall knitting plans. But honestly, like, I don't have a lot of ideas for knitting for fall because I'm so used to knitting for summer weather. But if you want to know any of my own design inspirations, then let me know. I could probably make a video about like how I get inspired by knitting patterns based in Brunei and summer knits and all that kind of stuff. I think it's really, really fun. Anyway, let us continue with something or someone I've been really keen on. I really like her pieces, but I've never actually made one from her. And this is the Mine Blouse from Park Williams. So beautiful. It's kind of like the antiquity blouse or the antique blouse. This one, Mine Blouse, it's antiquity blouse by Fable Knitwear. I have to remember that. But this is the Mine Blouse by Park Williams, and I just think it's so pretty. You know, it is very vintage. I love the ruffle turtlenecks. I love the ruffles on the sleeves, on the cuffs, and it's just such a delicate and romantic pattern. I know I just said I like modern, eclectic knitwear, but I started knitting because I really wanted to get those old vintage timey looks back 10 years ago, and my heart is still set on those kind of knits, and this Mine Blouse by Park Williams definitely showcases that. It looks very simple because it is all stockinette, and it is it top down? It is a top down raglan, but the raglan is very subtle. You cannot tell that it's a raglan. Okay, zooming it in, I can see the raglan, but I really think it's super, super pretty, and it does look like it's a pretty, I want to say a tight fit. If you want something that's a more tailored look, you'd go for something that was like a size down. If you want something that's a bit looser, you want something that's a size up, but I think this one is super pretty and the design is just gorgeous. I want something with more negative ease, just so it's easy for me to actually wear my knits out. I've been wearing a lot of knit tees out because they're really fun to wear, but from all of these patterns that I'm showing you in this video, I feel like the Mine Blouse is the one that I'm more likely to start knitting if I have the yarn. Because my worry is I haven't been knitting in almost a year. Well, I haven't been buying yarn in almost a year, which has been great for my wallet, but not so great for my stash. So, and I'm trying to save money because I have a wedding to save up for. So I cannot spend as much money as I want to for pretty yarns, for pretty clothes. But we gotta hold on to that. I think I have enough lace. I think I could if I use like my drop kid silk, because I know that, was this used? No, but they do use Hobby Diablo, and I think I do have that. We shall see. But yeah, it definitely reminds me a lot of Fable Knitwear's design. It's very beautiful, it's light, but it's still very feminine. And there's a part of me that still really enjoys feminine knits. It's not the one that I will reach out to make most of the time, mostly because it's really hard to knit something like that in this sort of weather for 2-3 months, make a mistake, and then having to redo it all over again. Just can't do it. But definitely something that I would want to make if I was living in like a country with a colder climate, to be honest. It really sucks that I never got into knitting garments when I was studying abroad in the UK, because I feel like that would have been so much fun. And I was friends with the local yarn shop in my city. She was so nice and she remembered me by name. I was wondering if I could work there, but she was like, no, we're full. And I was like, so sad. I'm going on a lot of tangents, I'm sorry. Okay, we got 2 more pieces that I want to share with you. The 4th one that I want to show you it's pretty popular. It was released last year, and this is the Sea Glass Sweater by Woolen Pine, also 700 project, and this is like the perfect scrapped yarn sweater, and I think that's where it gets the name Sea Glass, because this is perfect if you have any scrap yarn that you want to like get rid of. And she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she is colorful, and it doesn't even look like scrap yarn, it just looks like a lot of colors mixed in together. And I think that's the point. You're supposed to use it with your like DK scraps and just play around with different weights and fibers in your stash. And I have gotten a lot in my stash lately, so this would be a really great stash busting project. My worry with something like this is not the weight itself, it is the amount of scrap yarn that I know I have that is a mix of different fibers. So like if my DKs, I definitely know I have some acrylics and I have some cotton, mohairs, wools, things like that. So I'd be really curious on how I could make a scrap sweater. I do have an idea for a scrap project that I'm eyeing on, but it's all about time and all about how I can do it. This looks like a very simple design, all things considered. It is top down, and you know I love me a good top down sweater. Very easy, very fun to make. And also the photos are just stunning. Can I just say that? I love a good photo of clothes. There's definitely shots here in the winter time, in the fall. I think it'd be a perfect transitional piece from fall to winter. I say it like I have experienced fall since 2018, but like the designs would be so pretty, and you can definitely use this as a layering piece over a t-shirt and then wearing a jacket. You'll feel so cozy. And of all the scrap yarn, you should be really, really cozy too. And last but not least, I'm really into dresses nowadays. I really want to make a dress. I have made the Made You Look dress by Vanessa Flemings, and it is a really beautiful dress. It's so beautiful, but it took me 3 months to finish, and by that point I was so tired of knitting that dress in stockinette stitch that I never wanted to knit another dress again. But that was over a year ago, and now I think it's time for me to make another one. And this dress, I think, would be perfect. It is the Stripe Hype dress by Veronica Lindbergh. I like a good dress. I like a good knitted dress. I think they look really pretty. I think it's really fun, and I just love dresses. You can just put on a dress, honestly, and then everyone just assumes that you're so professional for wearing one, but it's the easiest thing you can wear. Not the easiest thing to make, but I would like to pretend it's just a sweater and you just keep working on the body as much as you can. Oh, she's Kuto Vakika. I did not know that was her. Her real name's Veronica. What? Crazy. But yes, this is her design. She released it in June 2023. And I know this could be a summer design, but with the long sleeves, and because it's a knit, I think you can easily put on a pair of leggings and a jacket and fall. Perfect. This does come in 10 sizes, which is great. And I am really loving the stripes. I love how fun it looks. Fun. Can you describe stripes as fun? I like to think so. I think the one thing about the stripes is I have a hit or miss with stripes. I do like stripes, but to me, they can also look very wide. So something like this, which is obviously very big, it's an oversized with a lot of positive ease, at least for the shape, for the torso, for the legs. Very positive ease. So I think that counteracts the very heaviness or the width or the illusion of the stripes. So I think that would be really, really cute. If you want, I know the one that she made is very bold and bright, but you can definitely choose something like for a more muted or neutral palette if that's what you prefer. But for this, I don't know. I would like a striped dress, but I think I would do something in, I have a lot of yellows and blues and pinks already. Maybe I should try something different. Maybe I go for like purple. I do like a monochromatic stripe look. So maybe like light purple, mauve, lavender, lilacs. So it'd be really fun to play around with, but it all depends on what I have in my stash. I'm trying to save money, so I can't use my stash as much as I wish I could. I shouldn't, and I won't. Wink. One day I will, but not right now. I will purchase some yarn in the future, just not now. But I think that is all from me. That was not as many patterns as I thought it would be. I'm sorry, but this is just my own personal fall knitting plans that I hope you enjoy. I know that we're still going along. It's only October. Fall comes and goes. I think November is still fall from what I remember. And there's a lot of patterns that I know are going to be coming out this October and November. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, look at how cute this top is. Not very fall appropriate, but it's definitely my favorite thrift find of the year. Anyway, if you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And obviously, do not forget to share your current knits in the comments down below. I always love seeing different patterns from different people. So let me know. We'll do another roundup, hopefully. But until then, my name is Bash Harry. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon, hopefully next week. Bye!